What's up, hoopers? Back again with another basketball review video, one that I've seen in the comments a bunch of times, so we're here. I had to get it. It's the BSN Sports The Rock. You've seen this basketball. A lot of you have had questions about it. Let's answer those questions. Let's get into it. But of course, first, for all of you Instagram and TikTok babies with an attention span no longer than 1 minute, here comes that breakdown. The BSN Sports The Rock basketball is actually a pretty nice basketball. Now, I wasn't surprised by that. What I was surprised by was the actual comparison of the two basketballs that I would say that this basketball kind of is like. Now, when you get the C2C technology, which is the cover-to-cover technology, that allows for the basketball to feel pretty even as far as the surface all the way around. But the deep channels give you kind of like a Nike championship vibe, but the feeling of the basketball, in my opinion, is a lot like the Baden Elite. So you're going to get a basketball that kind of plays like a Nike championship, but it feels like a Baden Elite, which to me, I think is a great combination. Over time, the channels will get a little softer. They won't be as raised, and when it gets like that, I think that's when the basketball is absolutely perfect. I think it'll probably take about a year, maybe a little bit longer. Just the more wear you put on it, the better this basketball gets. So if you're looking for something that's a little different than the Evolution, maybe something that's as nice as maybe a Baden Elite, the BSN Sports The Rock basketball is a great option for you. Now, of course, for all of you who need a little bit more detail and a further breakdown of the basketball, let's get into that. Now, a few things that I loved about the basketball, like I said in the breakdown, the feeling of the basketball and the even surface is actually really nice. This allows me to believe that when you break this ball in, pretty much the entirety of the basketball is going to be broken in completely. One thing that I've run into with some of the Wilson official basketballs is that some parts kind of seem more broken in than others. Don't know if that's because I have a tendency to kind of just hold the basketball differently and I'm kind of working the leather in because of that. But with this basketball, I really don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, one of the issues I had initially was that these deep channels are a little annoying. And I say that because it was one of the things I wasn't a huge fan of with the Spalding TF1000. It might be one of the only downsides I have with the Nike Championship, but the pro to that is obviously, if you're a shooter, it's a great basketball to shoot with. Dribbling is a little tricky, but if you want to be able to shoot, this basketball is great, especially if you're somebody who likes to keep your hands in the groove and let the ball go. You get to see the rotation of the basketball, and it makes it a lot easier to kind of aim your shot, especially if you're somebody who's got, a tendency to kind of, flail left or right with your shot. You can kind of see where the basketball is going and control it a lot better. Now, even though I didn't like that, I was at the gym, and I know that it's been a while for me to put this video out, and luckily it was for good reason. I wasn't 100% sure if 1 or 2 or even 3 times with the gym with this basketball was enough. I wanted to give it a little bit more time to give you a better breakdown of what I really think about this basketball, not only as it new, but more so of what I think the ball can be when it's fully broken in. Now, luckily, when I was at the gym, someone had one of these, and they had one that was broken in for about 3 years. And let me tell you, that version of that basketball had me thinking that it was a completely different version of this basketball. I had to ask the guy, like I tossed him this basketball, I asked him like, hey, when you first got yours, did it feel like this? And he assured me that it did, but of course over time, the channels kind of smooth out, they kind of, kind of shave away, and they're not as pronounced, which is great. You still have that raise paneling, like I said, like a Baden Elite, which I think is great, one of the pros of the Baden Elite, but the surface of it is really nice. It's moisture absorbing when you kind of break in, that sticky kind of kind of, I guess, like slippery beginning surface, it really turns into a fantastic basketball, one that I totally understand gets play. And I think the Midwest is where you tend to see this basketball a lot. You don't really see it a lot on the West Coast. That's why I was kind of surprised to find someone else out here who had one, and then they happen to be at the gym at the same time. But if you're looking for a basketball that feels great, definitely stands out, and gets better over time, which I know a lot of you are interested in, because you're looking at the price, you're wondering, do I need to pay this price now, and will the basketball get better later? I can assure you, this basketball, the longer you have it, the better it gets. So if you're looking for an indoor basketball that plays well and gets better over time, the BSN Rock is a basketball that you absolutely should have. Now, because of that, I'm going to keep this basketball, and I'm going to keep using it a little bit more, and I'll probably end up having maybe a 6-month, 8-month, maybe a year kind of review video to let you guys kind of see how it is, you know, after that year. But as always, thank you for watching. To all of you who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in as always. And most importantly, keep hooping. I'm getting ready to go to the run right now. I'm taking this with me. I'm taking this with me, and I'm gonna go play. You guys go do the same. Peace.